In my last video for the Spiritual Business Growth Hacking series, you learned all about my Evolve framework that you can use to not only evolve yourself, but evolve your business. So you can both evolve at the same time. In this video, we're going to talk all about when you're not sure exactly where to begin, how to find out. So let's get to it. Hi, I'm Archield, and I guide hardworking spiritual entrepreneurs to accelerate the growth of their business without pushing to exhaustion. We're going to dive into the 3 steps to uncover where to begin when you're not sure. Before we do, can I just have a little commercial break here? It's Vlogmas! I'm so excited. This is the first year I've participated in Vlogmas. You get to come along with me, and together we will plan the best year of your life and business. So let's make 2020 awesome. Let's manifest the best year ever. So join me during Vlogmas in that entire series. Day by day, we'll go step by step through it together. So let's get on to our 3 steps here in our Spiritual Business Growth Hacking series, right? Our 3 steps to uncover where to begin if you're not sure where, so you can start growing again. So step number 1, where are you? Right? You've got to know where you are. And I know it seems so simple, but actually it's not. It's actually quite complicated. You know, I've worked with a lot of women, and it's coming into reality with where they are. Sometimes they have this idea of where they are, and when we start to look at the numbers, right? Not only what they're making, which is an indication, right? But it's not just what you're making. It's how many followers you have. It's all those social metrics. Your email, how many people are on your list? How many people have you actually served? How many people have you gotten results for? How many testimonials do you have? Like, all of that stuff, we really look at where they are. And sometimes that's kind of like a little come to Jesus meeting, right? That's what we call it in the South, come to Jesus meeting. You're really staring in the face of your own stuff. And sometimes that is not the most beautiful thing, but it's important. You must know where you are so that you can start actually mapping out a path. But you can't know the way forward till you know where you are now. That's why the GPS always says where you are right now before it tells you which turn to take next. The most interesting thing that I found out about the where you are now as we kind of comb through that is there's also that other underlying question that tends to get answered. What's bothering you the most about where you are? Right? What's bothering you the most about where you are? There's something irritating you. There's a reason you're not growing, and chances are you know exactly what it is. All right, so let's look at step number 2. And this has to do with the Evolve framework, that first part, your essence, right? You've got to know who you are, right? We figured out where you are. Let's figure out who you are. It's very important you know who you are, right? Who you're called to serve, how you're called to serve them. You've heard it over and over and over again. They are basic questions. They are fundamental questions. Because if you don't have good answers, if you're not totally dialed in here, it becomes very difficult to do well in your business. It becomes very difficult for your business to actually grow. And a lot of times I'm working with women who've been in business for years. It's odd that they kind of have an answer to this question. They've kind of been doing okay, right? They're just not having the kind of growth that they wanted to have, or they've come to a place they're stagnated because this isn't completely dialed in. And one of the things I do with them is I take them through this series of assessments. We really look at everything from their business to the psychological assessments that we do, everything. Their money, personality, I mean, everything. I even have this beautiful assessment on their level of business that they're in, and I think I'm going to end up doing a video on that shortly, so you'll learn more about that. But the point is, that whole time period that as we're working together initially, it's all about really getting to our essence. And I always tell them it's all written in the stars for you. Like you were brought down here with complete program, your life path of what to do. So we learn all of that. And one of the ways I really do that is with the Banish Business Overwhelm Deep Dive. Like that becomes the base layer so that they can grow, so they can get out of the rut that they're in, so they know exactly what they need to change, whether it is in their business, who they're serving, the programs or offerings, like whatever it is, we're able to pinpoint it because we're able to develop a real roadmap to go forward, right? That GPS telling you which way to turn. That's what I do in Banish Business Overwhelm in the deep dive. I'll put more information about it below in the description. So if that's something you need, you can check it out. So I want to say in our next video, as I kind of alluded to, we're going to talk about levels of success and getting to your next level of success. So if you're excited about this video and that next video in the Spiritual Business Growth Hacking series, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, and make sure to click subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you know when that video comes out. All right, so our last step, step 3. Where do you want to go? Was that obvious? Was that? All right. So we started with where are you? Our second was dealing with your essence, with who you are. And so our last step is where you want to go. Again, you have to have that roadmap. Whether you work with me or you work with someone else or you do this on your own, you need to develop that roadmap. And once you create that roadmap, what's even more important is that you have your metrics in line. Now, I haven't talked about metrics since toward the beginning of this Spiritual Business Growth Hacking series, but metrics are important because I think so many people miss celebrating, miss all the wins along the way, and truly never define the big win because they don't have any metrics. So give yourself some metrics so that you know when you have hit success. With that, I say peace, joy, love to you.